Today Annie and I don't have any like notes written down. We're just gonna freestyle talk about our biggest
Get
icks.
ready with us while we talk about our icks.
Slay, you go first because I don't know any.
I think I just missed my face. My icks when guys. I have like a lot of icks. Most of them are directed towards guys. Okay, a gender neutral ick is when
Oh shit, I forgot to
they don't get it. Like they don't get it. Like they don't get your jokes. Like you just don't get along. This is like especially like when you're first talking like a month or two and you really like the person because you think they're cute or whatever, but your personalities are just clashing and they don't understand like your humor and stuff. I mean, like it's kind of broad, like not really like an ick, like a little small ick, but it's like a big ick, you know, and it never works out.
Or even when it's not like it's clashing, it's just like you have a personality and they don't.
Yeah, like, or like, okay, this one is a bit specific because
We love specific
I
things.
kind of just went through it. But when they're just all talk, you know, like they're just fucking all talk. They're like, oh, like they're like, oh, they like they they like tell you how much they like you or whatever. Like their words of affirmation is good, but they don't show any effort, like actual effort, like even to fucking just talk, which I think is crazy. Like I think it's insane that that's like a thing, like that people are like that. I get if you're shy like the first few times or whatever, but when you're talking to someone for months and you're like not talking, like you're barely talking, you're not bringing anything to the table, like you're not bringing like good conversation at least, it's like, what are you doing here? It's like if you don't want to be here, leave, like go home, like ew.
I'm trying to think of an ick that isn't directed towards people. Probably like when they're trying to like compete with you, like are kind of like jealous of you or something, and like they're like, oh well, all these people fancy me or blah blah blah, and it's just like so embarrassing. It's like that's so embarrassing of you to like
bring up,
yeah,
you know, because it's like,
because I once
your
was
point?
talking to a guy and he was like, you know what, you shouldn't think you're all that because I have 10 out of 10s in my DMs right now, and it's just like that is literally like so embarrassing.
I don't know who
for you to
think
say.
I am, like, okay, go talk to them then, like I'm not gonna, if anything, that's just gonna make me not want to.
If anything, it's like you're a loser for counting how many people, and it's just like it's literally so embarrassing, like so embarrassing.
An ick of mine is when they're like really childish. Like not even like not it's just super childish. I hate childish behavior for like finding like a partner, like significant other. Just making jokes at like inappropriate times, or like you're trying to have a conversation and they just keep joking, like they keep like messing, but it's like, okay, like at first it's funny or whatever, but then like it's like every single time like if I try to talk about something like serious, or not even serious, just have like a normal conversation like normal people, and then they just like bring a joke into it or like try to like direct it into a joke. It's like what the fuck are you doing? Like what are you doing?
I don't like it when people have like dirty fingernails.
I don't like it when guys have long fingernails.
Ooh, me too.
I really hate it.
Me too. Ew, that's so gross.
No, I
it's
really
like,
hate it.
Are you like
a little tiny bit is fine, like good, like maybe you forgot or whatever, but it's like girls with long fingernails, it's like different, you know? But guys, like straight men at least, if you have long fingernails, it's such an ick. Cut them claws, like
It's
put
like,
the claws
what
away.
do you do? Like, are you like an acoustic guitarist that plucks guitars? Like, what are you doing with those long? Cause like I don't even have long fingernails. Like I only have acrylics as like one time, whatever. I don't know. It's just odd for me. And it's like,
I think it's gross.
it's just like you have no. Do we sound like really bad? But it's like,
I genuinely
what's
don't
your
care.
business
You don't
with
have
it?
business
Like,
doing that. Like, I mean, if you want to.
I don't even like it when girls have long fingernails because like I'm just always stressed out that it's gonna break, and like that just like gives me the like, because like when my fingernails get long they break, so I'm just never not worried about that. Especially when their fingernails are dirty. It's like, ew. Are you a rat? No, I'm joking. But like maybe it's also because like I'm thinking with biology and I'm like, I don't want your dirty hands anywhere near me kind of vibes. So if you're a guy, look at your fingernails right now and make sure they're not dirty. Because
another ick of mine is when you're with someone and you like stay the night, you spend the night together, whatever. And then in the morning, like first thing waking up in the morning, they try to kiss you. It's like,
oh my
Bella,
god,
we both have such
morning
bad
breath.
morning breath.
Yeah.
Like, don't do this to me. Like it's not romantic or cute at all. It's actually just gross. Like, ew. Like, I can't even stand it myself. Like, my own morning breath, you know what I mean?
Or when they want morning sex and it's
like what? Like, what? Like, no.
Yeah, I hate that. Let me think.
Another ick of mine, you keep thinking, is when a guy, okay, I'm kind of just a man hater, but when you're like maybe on a date or you're hanging out with a guy and then he's always on his phone, it's like, okay, I'm
oh
always
my
on
god,
my phone.
that's such a big, because I'm never on my phone when I'm like eating dinner or just anything with people, and when they're like, if there's a valid reason, whatever. Oh my god.
To be fair, I am always on my phone. I'm addicted to my phone. It's a problem. But I think it's kind of different because I like girls more, so girls never do any wrong. But like, I'm very addicted to my phone, and people I've been with know this. So if we're together and I put my phone down, I'm like, okay, and then you're still on your phone, it's like, wow, like, okay.
What, you think you're better than me?
Okay, like.
No, I'm never on my phone. So when people are always on their phone, I'm just like, especially when we're eating. And it's like, you don't need to be playing your little mobile phone game, or you don't need to be going on TikTok right now, or you don't need to be, like, it's just so, especially if it's like the first few dates or whatever, it's like,
yeah, that's like kind of basic respect. Once I'm comfortable with the person, I don't care. I just go on my phone whenever because I'm addicted.
No,
to
even
it.
if I'm in a long-term relationship, I'm like, girl, we're eating.
I can't eat without watching something.
Unless if they like invite you to watch, like if like, okay, let's watch a YouTube video together, or let's watch a Netflix show together, or like let's scroll my TikTok together, whatever. But if they're just doing it, I'm just like, am I not here? Am I not here to you? Do I mean nothing to you? I hate that. And I get that like maybe some people have like ADHD or whatever, but it's like, invite me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Trying to think what else I don't like. Here, I thought you had many eggs.
You
have to keep this rolling because I'm not editing it.
Another ick of mine, it's not like necessarily like an ick, but it kind of is. And I know it's kind of bad out, but whatever. Like, it's kind of what the video is about. It's when they order something like really messy, like for the first date or stuff, or like when you're going out to eat and they order something messy like chicken wings or something. And it's like, maybe it's just because I'm such a messy eater. I could not eat chicken wings in public. I can only eat it in the safety of my house. Yeah, but it's just like, okay. Or like, I just don't really like that. Or another ick of mine. Oh, you
I have an ick where I don't know if it's just how we're raised, but like if we go to someone's house, we don't even sit down until they like properly invite us to sit down. We don't go near their bed. We don't whatever.
Yeah.
But some guys or people, but mainly guys, they just like jump on the bed, or they're like looking through my stuff, or like this one guy just like goes into my kitchen. I'm like, no, and starts opening the cupboards, and just, it's like, what are you doing? Like, I hate that so much. Like, I actually hate that so much. It's like, have some basic respect. And like jumping on my bed, like, especially like with their dirty ass clothes, or like sometimes even shoes on. It's just like, what the actual hell are you doing? Like, maybe it's like, I don't even think it's like an Asian thing where it's like you don't sit until people ask you. Like, is it? I don't know, but it's just like, can people not like have any manners at all? Especially when I'm like, don't look at my stuff, and they're like looking, and they're like, oh, it's fine, whatever. It's like, no. It's not even like, oh my god, don't look at that drawer, get this like private stuff. It's just like, don't look at my stuff if I don't even look at my stuff. I hate that.
I really don't like guys. Like, it's such an ick when there's such a like a mama's boy, like such a mama's boy that they like bring it up all the time. Like, they bring up their mom all the time. It's like,
say an example. Like, how would they bring it up?
like just talk about their mom all the time. Two of my exes are guilty of this. They just love to talk about their mom, and it's like, okay, like, good for you.
Wait.
It's just like, okay, or when they're just like,
I like it when they're kind of close with their moms, but not like when they're like obsessed with their mom and like are trying to replace a mommy. That's very odd behavior. Oh, why did I turn off the AC? I find it weird when like they're not close with their siblings at all. Like, we're not really that close with our brother sometimes, because we're a bit disillusioned with him sometimes. But like, maybe it's just because Annie and I are so close. We're literally like the same person. Like, we're literally the same body with two heads.
Yeah, like, I think it's really weird when siblings aren't close. Like, I get it if there's an age gap and they're not close, like, that's fair. But if it's like within like 5 years, and you're not super close, I find that really weird. What do you even talk about? Like, small talk.
But they don't. Like, I once knew this person, and then when they saw their siblings in town, they don't even like acknowledge them or wave or say hi or anything. They just like literally actively ignore each other. I'm just like, okay,
crazy,
weird behavior. An ick of mine is like when they try to show off so hard. It's really embarrassing, in my opinion.
It's like, be humble.
Not even like be humble. It's just like, what are you trying to prove? And it's like, okay, but like, it's just embarrassing how you're trying so hard. Like, I was with this person. They're like, I don't know if this too direct. Oh, whatever. They're just like, oh my god, like, our family place in Spain, or like whatever. And it's just like, okay, like, no offense, but like, real estate in Spain is so cheap. Like, what are you even trying to flex? That sounds so bad. But it's just like, okay, like, good for you. And it's like, it's embarrassing because it's not even that much of a flex. I don't know. And it's like, we're already together. Like, why are you flexing? Like, I don't know. Do you get that?
Kind of.
You're like, no, everyone I've been with is broke.
Yeah.
Girl.
When they really care about their friends, like, they put their friends first. And like, okay, I'm kind of guilty of this sometimes. Like, my best friend, like, I would like do anything for her, like, you know what I mean, like, whenever, whatever. But when it's like fucking like gaming with the boys, kill yourself. Like, okay, like, I remember around last year, I was in China, so there was all like a time zone difference thing already, and I stayed up waiting for this person to like be done with what they're doing so we could call. It was like fucking like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I've not gone to sleep, just waiting. And then like once he is free and then we do call, he's like, oh, like I have to go, like my friend is waiting for me to go on game, and he can't play tomorrow, so like we have to play today. You couldn't have told me this fucking earlier. Also, why are you playing the game? Like, could you not just play like 20 minutes later? Like,
for real. Like, and it's not like we're saying like, oh, you can't have hobbies. It's just like,
play your stupid game. Play your fucking stupid game, but get your fucking priorities straight. Like, are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Wait, I can't remember what ended up happening. Did they play with their thing or no?
I got mad, I hung up. He started playing the game. And then after the game ended, like fucking half an hour later, he was like, are you mad at me? What did I do? It's like, it actually made me so mad. But yeah. The ick of mine, this is not necessarily with guys or like people you talk to, it's kind of like friends as well. It's when someone's texting them and they're like, oh, this person's so annoying, like, oh my god, they keep bothering me, or like they post on their like private story or something, and yeah, like it could be just like random weirdo like texting them, and then you're like, oh, block them or whatever, like just block them, like, you know, and they're just like, I don't want to be mean. It's like, okay, I've been there, and yeah, I just like the attention, so it's like, but it's like, who are you lying to? Like, yeah, it's just like, just keep it to yourself then, you know?
No,
like,
same. It's like when they're like, oh my god, my ex is so annoying, they keep texting me, whatever. Block them then, or
yeah,
like mute them. But then they're like, no, I don't want to do that. It's like, then stop complaining. It's literally like, we have all been there. Like, maybe just like the attention, or maybe just whatever. But then just like, don't complain about it. You're not gonna mute them or block them. Like, pisses me off. And they're like, I'm not a blocker or whatever. Okay, mute them, or like just stop.
Then just don't complain. Like,
literally,
what do you like?
It's like, what do you want me to say? Oh my god, go you. Your ex still likes you, and you're kind of enabling it. Like,
it's just like, what's the point? It's like, okay, like, okay, if you don't want it to stop, don't complain about it. Like,
okay, like, literally, good for you. Like maybe people still like me, but you don't hear me like making a big like thing about
like,
it.
It's like, I don't know.
Very, very
just don't make it out to be like you don't want it to be happening when...
Yeah, like you clearly do. And it's grand if you do. Like, it's so fine. But it's just like, I'm not going to play this game with you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to
play this game.
No, like for real. I'm not going to be like, oh my god, your ex wants you so bad. Like, I'm not going to say it. So, yeah. What else are not like?
It's not really an ick, but it really irks me. Like, it gets me kind of pissed when I feel like we probably all have that one friend who is always so pessimistic, like all the time. And I feel like I'm pretty optimistic, because if not optimism, then what? You know?
If you don't laugh, you cry.
Yeah, like. And I used to have this friend in school, and we'd be talking or whatever, and maybe we'd have a test or like whatever, and I'd be like, no, it's like, it's okay, or like, just look on the bright side, you know, and then she'd be like, no. It's like, whoa, okay, you're fucking bringing down my vibe as well, like,
literally, you're ruining my mojo now.
Like keep that fucking, like, keep that to yourself. No one wants to hear you complain.
For real.
Like, or, oh my god, so I just finished my leaving cert. And after, I'm not going to say which exam, but after one of the exams, I was so, like, oh my god, on the edge, you know? Because I was just, like, I don't know why I felt like that. But, okay, it was biology. And I came out early, and one of my friends also came out early.
You came out early after you, like, messed up? Sorry.
I didn't mess up.
Okay.
I was just, I don't know why I was feeling like that. I was just so nervous, like, after. I did all that I could. It went pretty well, I think. It went like pretty okay. But I was just super, super anxious after. Like I felt like I might have a panic attack. And then one of my friends also came out early, so then we met up. And then I was like shaking, like visibly shaking. And then she just comes and she's like, oh my god, that went so well. And I was like, because like, yeah, it did go pretty well for me, I think. But like overall, I think it was like a really bad exam. But I think I did pretty like, you know. And then I was just like, yeah. I was like, oh yeah, like I don't even
Read
know.
the room.
And then so it's okay if she does that to me. Like I'm kind of chill, you know. But then she kept saying it, and she kept being easiest H1 I've ever got. Like, oh my gosh, like everything I looked before the exam came up. I have such a photographic memory. It's like, okay, calm down. Calm down. Like,
It's like, say it to your mom.
like, okay, like, good for you. Good for you. This I can let slide. It kind of annoyed me, yeah. So we were walking out, every single fucking person that we saw that she knew, she'd go up to them and be like, oh my god, it went so well. It's like, read the fucking room.
I hope she doesn't get a H1. I don't even care.
Read the fucking room, because I'm not the only person that was like really whatever after the exam. And like loads of people were like, oh my gosh, like that exam was like disgusting, but like whatever. But it's like, and she just kept going around rubbing it in people's faces. And then I wanted to wait for one of my other friends, and she was waiting with me. And then when my friend came out, you could see from her face that she just was pissed. Like, she just was not in a good mood. And then the other friend, the one who's been talking about the exam nonstop, just goes up to her and is like, how did you find that? And then my friend is like, just like, looks her like dead in the eyes and just like, I don't want to talk about it. And then she just shuts her down. I wish I could do that, because I fucking should have done that. Like, it's just like, read the fucking room. Like, I don't care if you like if you didn't cop on or whatever. But it's like, after so many people, like, you have to be doing it on purpose.
I literally hope they don't get H1. Let me think. I don't like it when people talk really badly about their exes unsolicited. Like, if you're going up to them being like, tell me the history about exes, and they tell them whatever, then like, fine. But if they just like say it out of nowhere, it's like, what makes me be reassured about the fact that after we stop talking, you won't say that about me? And it's like, if all of them are crazy and you're the one just bringing it up out of nowhere, what if you were the one that's crazy? Exactly. And it's like, I have had some exes who are not like very normal, but like, I'm like embarrassed to like even remember and associate that with myself. Do you know what I mean? Let alone like brag about it. So it's like, if you're bragging about it, like, what does that really say? Like, what does it, like, I get it if like, kind of like, if you're talking to like your family member or your friend or whatever, just like reminiscing. But if you're talking to like a new person you're with, just talking about your exes, or like just someone that you have been with, or like, it's just very, very random. Like, it's just very random. It's like, what, like,
yeah,
like, I just, like, what? Like, you're saying that your type is crazy girls, and like, are you implying? It's just, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I also don't like it when, like, they won't say a word about their exes. It's like, okay, no, why so mysterious? It's like, literally, why are you being, like, too mysterious now? It's like, is it my mom? Like, what? Like, why are you being, it's like, yeah, like, I don't like it when they're, like, telling me every single detail without me asking, but I also don't like when they're, like, I can't even know a name, fine, like, can't even know, like, literally anything at all, or can't even know how long, or, like, it's just, like,
that's really sus.
Very
suspicious.
I also don't like it when they kind of, like, judge how many people you've been with. It's like, it's not a competition.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't matter because I'm with you now, am I not? And it's just like, if anything, you should be flattered.
Another ick of mine. This is talking from fucking experience. Literally, the first time I meet this guy, we're on the train home. He pulls out his phone and he shows me, like, oh my god, top girls, my dream girls list, like, girls I'd kill myself over. This is the first time we're meeting. Like, and it's not even like, oh, we're friends meeting for the first time. Like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, that's different. But, like, we were, like, talking. Like, we were, like, you know, like, texting, like, flirting, whatever. Like, are you fucking okay in the head? And then after a while, he was like, oh, I want to be your, like, he asked me out, like, to be his girlfriend. And I was like, no. And I was like, no. Because things I'd let slide now, like, just while we're talking, I would not let slide if we were dating. And then he was like, oh my gosh, like, I deleted the list. Look, I deleted the girls list. It's like, first of all, you shouldn't fucking have that in the first place. Like, okay, maybe have it. Don't fucking show me. What, am I meant to be like, thank you. Thank you for deleting your list. Kill yourself. Like, ew. Gross.
I also don't like it when they, like, don't understand mental illnesses, and you're like...
Oh, my God.
It's not an excuse. Google it then. And
Oh
they're like,
my
oh,
God.
I don't know about that. It's like, Google it. Google it, and it'll tell you. If you care about me, even, like, a little bit, you'd read up on it. So it's like, it's not an excuse. Sick and tired of people. And it's like, if I'm vulnerable enough to share about it,
Yeah.
Google it. It's like, what? And then sometimes they're like, yeah, but, like, I don't want to read other people's experience, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, then you can, like, ask me about mine. You don't just, like, ignore it and, like, as if I never said anything just because you don't know about it. It's like,
Yeah.
just tell me you don't care about me. Like, what?
Or, like, when you're trying to explain, every time before I get with someone, like, date someone, I always have this conversation with them. Just, like, not like a warning, but just like a beware, okay? I'm telling you now that I'm not mentally stable. Even though, like, during that time we're talking, I might seem, like, very, very stable, but that's just because I'm a Libra. And, like, you know, but if I'm like, okay, like, you want to date me, like, okay, first I need to, like, know that you can deal with, like, this type of stuff, like, whatever. And, like, obviously I'm not gonna, like, I don't expect them to be, like, so super understanding everything I say, but it's like, if they just blow it off like it's nothing, it's, like, so disrespectful and so, like, invalidating. It's like,
I get it where, like, you don't want to treat someone differently because they have, like, a mental illness or whatever, but you still have to acknowledge it. It's like, and I hate when, like, because they've never gone through something, they just are dismissive. It's like, what the literal dumb fuck?
gets me so mad, gets me fucking pissed, because, like, you're saying you want to be with me, but then you don't actually give a fuck about, like, my mental health or anything. Like, I'm trying to be a good person and tell you first. But if you just blow me off and just blow it off like it's nothing, you're done.
Blow you off. Yeah.
You're done. Like, you're fucking done.
For real. But I also don't like it when, like, this is just, like, bad behavior, but when people kind of use their mental health, they're like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh.
Whatever. It's like,
no.
Or when they're, like, trying to compete with your mental illnesses.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Like,
It's not a fucking competition. Like,
for real.
you want to win. You want to win. Like,
You want more trauma.
like,
I'm gonna give you more trauma.
such an egg.
Okay, basically, we need to leave in, like, 8 minutes. So I need to hang up laundry and I need to finish. Love you. Please like the video. So many of you guys, my, like, 10 friends, watch it, but you guys don't like the video. Like the video. It's not that hard. I know I send you the link. You go into it from, like, Safari or whatever. Just log into your YouTube and like the video, please. It's like, don't like my Instagram story of me sharing about the video, like the actual video, please, and thank you, with love. Bye.